Hey guys, it is Chelsea Perry coming at you with discussion board post number 1, week 1. Woo! Let's get this class started. I'm so sorry I dropped my phone. So, anyway, back to this. So, the module 1 prompt is, why is accurate record keeping so important in the field of social work? Give specific examples to support your answer. So, everyone knows that in any job that you do, record keeping is important. Say, for instance, if a police officer did not keep a record of whatever, he would get fired. Or if he gave you a ticket but he didn't put it in his system, that could reflect negatively on him, on the whole police department, whatever. So, but there are several reasons that it is important. One reason is because it helps maintain, like, the progress of your client. So, for example, like, if I was working with a client who was coming out of some type of, like, substance abuse. Sorry, this hair's flying away. If a client was coming out of some type of substance abuse stuff, I would want to make sure that I made progress notes, so that way I could see where she started and where she should end and how much progress she's made throughout her recovery process. Because if I don't, how am I supposed to know how far she's come? And because that would ultimately help her, because I could be like, well, you're doing such a good job. Look at where you were. Look at where you are now. And you're that much closer to where you want to be. So basically, it kind of helps maintain balance in the client relationship. So, and then another reason is because it can help hold you or me as a social worker accountable, just in case we were to do something that our company or liability insurance prohibited, or if some kind of unethical thing were to happen. So basically, what I take away from that is, if I write down or I document everything that I do in a session with a client, what the client says, I have that as evidence. So if a client were to come back and say, well, they did this and I'm going to get them fired or whatever, you could be like, no, I didn't, or something like that. So that's always good to have, just in case something like that were to happen. And the third reason is, the good thing about record keeping is you can transfer or keep them for anybody else who might need them. So say that you had a client who was with you and you had been tracking their progress, recording everything that they needed to be recorded, and then say they went back out into the world and said, this is just a substance abuse example, and say they relapsed or whatever, and they were sent to, like, a different rehab. Well, they could easily ask your, for your progress notes, for your records of how they did while they were there, stuff that you guys talked about, ways that can help them in their best recovery process, just things to help the client's issues and their progress in the situations that they're helping. And it's all, so that's basically it. Record keeping is probably the most important step, hence the reason of this class, obviously. But you always just want to keep it for your records, because you never know when you're going to have to go back and look at something else to help you further when you help with a client. So that is it. I will see you guys next week.